Some sports cards going up, some going down. Let's investigate. Stay tuned. Hello to all my sports card collector, investor, all of the collectibles friends. Thank you very much for joining me for another episode. We've got Game 6 of NBA Finals. The season could be over tonight with Giannis and the Bucks taking it home. For my viewer, Brian, I hope that doesn't happen for your sake, man. I know you're a huge Suns fan, and I'd like to see it go to 7. I don't mind which team wins. I think it's cool either way, but for your sake, I hope it goes to 7. I think it would be cool. Have a 7-game series. Why not? Before I dive into this, guys, I have to thank today's video sponsor. As many of you probably know, a lot of high-end collectibles have become very expensive. The prices have been going up over the last year especially. And as much as I would like to own some of these items, it's just not possible. I don't have the means. What are we going to do? Well, the sponsor of this video comes in, Otis. Otis is a platform offering over 100 rare collectibles to choose from, including sports cards, video games, graded comic books, rare sneakers, with new assets coming out every week. I actually bought into a Michael Jordan red PMG numbered out of 100 here recently. I was excited to get in on that one. And I have my eye on a 2001 Tiger Woods SP Auto rookie card numbered out of 900 and a BGS 9.5. As I said, they've got new collectibles coming out every week. If you would like to check out Otis, sign up for free with the link in my video description and get your first share free when you fund your account. Terms apply. All right, we are going to be looking at both the Card Ladder and Market Movers data tool today as we look at kind of some data charts and graphs, if you will. If you do want to give them a shot, go to the video description and check it out. I've got affiliate links down there. If you hate it, you can always cancel it. You can always cancel. I use data tools to kind of give me a broad perspective on various markets. It helps me to very quickly get an idea of kind of what segments are doing what. It saves me a lot of time, but understand it's not for everybody. Before I get into the actual cards we're going to be talking to today, full disclaimer, I don't own any of these cards. This is not a buy or sell type site. It's literally just research and talking about some recent sales. But again, buy what you want, collect what you want. And at the end of the day, it's got to be stuff that you would like to own. It's all up to you. I am just another talking head on the internet that likes to talk about cards. All right, first up, we're going to talk about a guy that literally a year ago was on top of the world in the NBA and the NBA Finals, Tyler Hero. I thought this was a really interesting card to look at because if you look at a guy that's really had an epic rise last year and an epic fall really as far as his card prices, not his game, not his basketball game or anything like that, but just as far as his card prices go. I'm going to look at his 2019 Silver Prism and a PSA 10. The population on this one is 633. And this card back in February of 2020 was $225 roughly. In September, it got all the way up to $1,525. And then in December, it kind of went down from there. And then in December, went back up to a sale at $1,375. And recently, this card has sold at $230. It's back to the price that it was in February of 2020. And I bring this one up because Silver Prism is such a popular kind of brand, popular subset, insert, if you will, parallel, there we go. And so for this player, obviously, he's so young and he plays on a Heat team that, was kind of uninspired in the playoffs. It felt like watching them this season, whereas last season they really did well. They overachieved. But a good young player that just kind of couldn't put it all together this season. But I was just kind of surprised to see that price point. And this is one of those kind of like guys that's way off of the radar that I might just kind of take a look at. I don't own, actually, I think I've got a couple of his Hoops rookie cards. I don't own any Silver Prisms of Tyler Hero. Don't really have much for him, but he's an interesting prospect though, I think, for the NBA. And it would be kind of cool to see the Heat put it back together and contend again in the East next year. All right, next up, Pete Alonso, the home run slugger. I'm looking at his 2019 Topps Chrome Refractor. I just thought this was a cool card, and I'm looking at it in a PSA 10. I just like the look of this card, and I'm not a Pete Alonso or a Mets fan. Don't have any Pete Alonso cards. The population for this one's at 908. Card Ladder has a pretty cool feature now to where you can go back to April, I believe, is where they added the feature, and see what the pop count was at that time for the cards they have in their database. But it gives you a nice idea as to movement, how many more are on the pop report now. So at the end of April, there was 866, and now there's 908. It's actually less than I thought there would be. If you think about 3 months, we're almost 3 months from when they added this feature, and they've only added, about 50 PSA 10s to that pop report. This card was really a $50 card in 2019, fall of 2019. It got up to $150 to $175 in February, hit its all-time high in March at $275, although those few sales could have been an outlier, but that's kind of during the very hot time, one of the very hot times in the market. You had kind of the July-August boost, and then you had the this past February-March boost. And now this card is about $100, but I think it's just going to kind of depend on the pop counts, the pop reports moving forward. We're actually going to talk about this. I'm going to be on Brad, the Comeback Card Investor show for our weekly Off-Centered on Thursday night. We'll be back there. Brad went to Mexico and I guess survived. He's back. But we're going to have, I believe it's Gem Rate is going to be on. I believe that's the name of the IG account. But he's going to kind of talk about some of the things that he does in tracking pop reports, because I think that's really interesting stuff and obviously helpful when trying to make buying decisions. All right, next, 2013 Topps Chrome DeAndre Hopkins. Nuke Hopkins. This guy in a PSA 10, the pop is 168. So this is an interesting one. Back at the end of April, the pop for a PSA 10 was 102, population 102. So actually quite a bit more. It almost, not almost doubled, but it's up about 75%. Over the last almost 3 months for the Hopkins rookie card in Topps Chrome. Also another cool card. The Cardinals are an interesting team with Kyler Murray kind of looking to put it all together, and Hopkins, one of the best receivers in the league, maybe the best if Michael Thomas wasn't around. I'm a huge Saints fan, as you can see by the pennant up there, so I'm a little biased. But Hopkins is awesome. He makes some unbelievable plays. Kyler Murray, I remember, threw up a Hail Mary to him last season. That might have been one of the better football plays I saw all year last year, was Hopkins coming down with that ball. It was just wild. But this card in March of 2020, this is literally a $20 to $25 card. This was pre kind of skill players getting excitement before the end of this past season, because there's a lot of fantasy football people, sports bettors, that were thinking that skill players could really kind of make moves, and they have. There's a lot of people that collect skill players, where football cards, it was really just mainly quarterbacks for a long time. Now you've got skill players in there. So this was a $25 card, March of 2020, hit its all-time high really in that $250 to $275 range September 1st, right before the season started last season. In June, it is about $150 to $175 card, and then it's come back up here recently. There was a sale at $225. So, man, if you go back just a year from where this card was, it's really gone up dramatically, and I think that's a testament to, football card skill players really getting more attention, whereas they just didn't get any attention before, about summertime of last year. All right, one cool feature that Market Movers has that I really like to use, there's a few that I like, but I did a sort here, and I'm just going to kind of show some screenshots, but very, very quickly, I can kind of sort by rookie card in a PSA 10. I can break it down by sport, and I can look at what's kind of trended up, what's trended down here recently. I can go back 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. I can go back 365 days and sort that by PSA 10s, and then I clicked on rookie cards only. So then that's going to take out all the the second year cards. If you're looking at LeBron James, it's going to take out the second year and the 15th year cards, for example. And Market Movers has over 100,000 cards in the database now. They're really kind of crushing it, adding cards into that database. So it does give you a quick way to view a lot of cards by a particular player, by a particular grade, by a particular sport. So that is very handy. And you can look at rookie cards only, as I said. So I'm just going to throw up some screenshots as I thought that was kind of cool. You can kind of just get a quick glimpse. And that's helpful for buying, because you can say, oh, this has gone down. Maybe this is a player that I really like. Why has it gone down? Or if it's something that has gone up in price and it's not maybe a player that you're collecting for the long term, you can say, oh, okay, that's a player that's gone up. I do have some of that particular player's cards. Maybe it's time to sell those cards. So that's where these tools can be helpful. So wanted to share that with you all. Guys, have an amazing Wednesday. What do you think about these cards? Do you own any of these? Are you looking at these? What are you excited about? We've got the National coming up in a week. I will be there. Are you going to be there? Talk to me about kind of where you're at in your card search right now. Are you collecting modern, vintage? Where is your head at? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you stopping by. Have an amazing day. Stay healthy. Stay awesome. Talk to you again later.